fuck's going on, man? Like in general.
What do you mean?
What the fuck's going on?
With what?
Just everything.
Life?
Yeah.
What? Shoot, are you ready? Yep. Stand by. You ready?
Stand by. Try it.
Squash it. It's on the water swap. Your dirty moment count. All the ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble. On the water swap. Your dirty moment count. All the ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble. 잊지마 우리가 잊지마. 빛이나 우리가 빛이나. 신경 꺼 너는 나 나는 나. We the killer whales. 날개 삐고 돈이에서 수영. C-O-H-O-R-T. We the cohort patties boys. Motherfucker fuck with you. 주둥이 막 fucker. 너는 나 나는 나. 받아들여 어서 너는 남들 욕할 때 나는 돈 벌러.
脳みそにジョロは日課マーケにキス神を祝えまた次の戦に行く広げる世界地図 Them ninjas on the mission 邪魔者は容赦なく切る死ぬ生きるかけてりゃ当然の義務見てみキューバ人は最後ロンリー残せるものは大いにこうしたことないこの一生に Hey motherfucker you can do my thing 同意はしてねいいわけそりゃ死んだ目じゃ追いかけてこないティンカベルなら実はね
On the water swap Your dirty moment count All the ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble. I'm zombie, 너무 마신 싸구려 codeine. 여전히 몸엔 coming. Come down, you know it going. Hotter than a motherfucking name. 난 욕조에 누워 쇼핑해. 이거 babe. Kiss 8, bitch, my killer whale. 수영해. 우리 곧 돈으로 수영해. 너네 컴퓨터로 구경해. 너네 삶까지 내가 주연해. 그니까 잊지마의 이름 절대로 잊지마의 팀은 잊지마 절대는 이름 잊지마 절대는 팀은 왕국에서 우리 잊은 그를
잊지마 I'm a motherfucking trendsetter On my shit very rare Never seen a map you 믿지마 니네 오빠 돈을 벌긴 개뿔 개소리야 돈을 벌긴 개뿔 여전히 몸인 개모상어 가죽 걸친 채로 여기는 강남대로 골목길 들어가면 우주로 걸음 안에 평화 주머니 안에 놀고
What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Pink Daddy. We just had an amazing range day out here in the cold, out here in Georgia. I wanted to bring to my channel one of my best friends, probably my best friend that I've ever had. Here he is. He's an Army veteran. He's the guy that I was mentioning earlier on in my other video, Nick Reeves, the owner of Wronghead Armory. Here he is right here.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Name's Nick. I've known Aaron here for like the past, we've known mutual people our entire lives, and just kind of started hanging out within the last couple of years, and had an opportunity to move back to Georgia and live in the basement here, and I've been able to turn it into a great shop, and they've set me up for big time success here at Wronghead. Went out to the range today, had a blast. This is the first time I probably ran my 16-inch AR in, I don't know, months, and I think this is what I'm going to be sticking with here. for the rest of the time being, because common cartridges, everyone here has an AR. Everybody. I can understand, me moving from Colorado, almost my entire group there and friend group, they all had AK-47s or AK-74, so it's easy to be like, hey, toss me a 7.62 mag, and here I can just, everyone runs ARs. No one runs AKs here apparently, so, except for Brandon, but he's gay.
Facts. Y'all know about Brandon.
Y'all know about Brandon.
Oh, Pink Daddy.
So yeah, before we get started kind of going over our range day, just give everybody kind of like your background as far as your infantry work and kind of your specialties and everything.
So I was in the Army for about almost 5.5 years. I was an 11 Bravo, just a standard infantryman. Didn't do anything too crazy, but enough to get some experience with small unit tactics, marksmanship, bushcrafting, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that is a huge asset to be brought to the civilian side of everything, because these rights aren't just limited to people who are in the military, and they're definitely not, a form of entitlement just because you were in the military. There were great people who've done great things in the military, but at the same time, there have been very bad people who've done very bad shit in the military as well. And just because you were military doesn't mean you're entitled to, these rights. The country started by civilians picking up rifles and killing elected officials. And I think that's a truth that is very unnerving to the Brovet community, the Tim Kennedys, the Dakota Meyers,
and that goes for all branches. All branches.
Yeah, Dev Grew, all that kind of stuff. It's not just limited to the spooky boys who have green eyes and wear a uniform all the time. Now we're getting to the point where almost every civilian has spooky green eyes, and they're almost escapable. So yeah, man, that's just my background and what I believe, especially with me bringing this gunsmithing skill set to the Middle Georgia area. Just want to make my community deadly and dangerous.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got a really good bit of knowledge. Again, follow him, NicktheLefty on Instagram. So, as far as our range day goes today, it was right between 40-45 degrees down here in Georgia. We got his rifle zeroed in. We kind of looked at everything else, make sure that they were zeroed. We ran a good bit of drills. We started off with the carbine drills that Lucas Botkin from T-Rex Arms and his team started. And those are actually some really good drills, don't you think?
Yeah, that's actually my first time ever running any of the T-Rex Arms drills, and 50 rounds goes a long way.
That's what she said.
At a flat range, I will say that. So I had a really good experience with that today. Getting dirty and running drills.
Yeah. Just some examples of those. We did the, everybody knows the 2 to the body, 1 to the head. I can't think of the name of it. Mozambique drill. Another one that I really do like though, it involves a good bit of movement. We started off at the 10, took two shots, I think. Yep, 2 shots. Ran back as fast as we could to the 25, 2 shots again. Good, clear. We each did that 1 or 2 times, and then my favorite one though is where it's a 3-target set. You're going to start far left. Hit that target, shoot that target twice.
I'm fairly certain that drill is called El Prez. El Presidente. There we go.
El President, that's right. Yep. Correct us if we're wrong. I'm pretty sure that is it too, because I'm pretty sure I've heard of that. But yeah, overall, I really feel like it was a good range day. We didn't, like you said, it's a 50 round count drill set. You don't really have to come out there with 500 rounds to have a good quality, knowledgeable range day.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people who are always going out to the range and saying they're having range days. but where mag dumping into trash is good, yeah, you could do that and waste 200 rounds, or you could go out there and pick up your rifle and take 50 rounds out of your, allotted ammo expenditure and really dial in some of those fine technical skills. And there's not enough people doing that. And we hope to bring, that kind of attitude to the rest of the Florida area.
Absolutely. And just between the two of us, we do know a good bit of people, not to toot our horns or anything, but a lot of guys ever since, they kind of figured out you were moving back down here and that we were, pretty tight. I've had a lot of people like, hey, I see Nick's moving back down. I know he knows a lot. Can I, kind of come in with y'all and learn and train? And, we welcome that down here. We really want to make sure that everybody not only is familiar with their firearm, whether it be an AR, an AK, shoot, honestly, a freaking bolt gun, or their carry pistol, or whatever.
God, I'd be so sad if someone showed up with a bolt gun, but I would work with you.
Yeah.
Get you to where you need.
We'd have open arms, but they'd be clenched a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever it is that they carry or whatever it is they use, not only that as their primary, but their kit as far as chest rig. Do you have a plank carrier? Do you have a belt set up? Do you just have an EDC belt set up? Because we can work with that too. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate those guys, and I think I've had a couple girls too hit me up and like, hey, I need to come out with you guys. And even if you don't live in our area, you're more than welcome to hit any of us up. And if you can make it out here, we have multiple places to shoot. Our main place right now is my family land. I'm obviously not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you the GPS coordinates of that, but you're if as long as you're cool and you kind of, I guess, pass our trust test, you can say you're more than welcome to come out and hang out and shoot. And that's the biggest thing that we really want to put out is you don't have to be, like Nick was saying, you don't have to be a bro vet, you don't have to be a freaking Delta Force kind of guy to be efficient with your gear, be efficient with your kit, and just get out there and just run drills. 50 rounds goes so far.
Yep.
So far.
Yep. This was my first time, in a long time shooting on the AR platform. This is what I learned on for about my entire military career, and then started getting more into the AK platform, and I've been shooting those for the past almost 3.5 years now. So, feeling 5.56 recoil compared to 30 cal 7.62. It's definitely a big difference.
Oh yeah. And you guys know me. I love my lefty ARs. I've had so many. I have ADHD with guns. I want something, I'll build it and I'll sell it because I want something else.
Yeah. If you're on that, I'm left-handed too, but I had to learn how to shoot left-handed with a right-handed weapon. Like, I didn't have the option, so it feels natural to me to run this, and it's just muscle memory. That feels nice. This is better.
Yeah. And honestly, I do feel like that. I feel like overall we're pretty good shooters, but I think where you do have an upper hand on me is you're able to manipulate that. I guess you could say in the same way that I am on this, but opposite, and that makes it a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
Because you're able to control something that wasn't meant.
Yeah.
For us witches that use our left
witches
and wizards that use our left hands for everything. But as far as the range day goes, what would you say as far as kind of go over some things we did good, maybe some things we could work on?
So what we would call this would be an AAR, which is an after action review. There's always going to be what did you sustain? What was a good takeaway from your range day or your training session or anything like that? Then what are some things that you can do better at? Discrepancies, anything like that. And then come up with one or two of those, and then you have a plan for the next time. So I would say one of our sustains was we got to the fucking range, we set up, and we were going. Like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves, is whenever someone, we have a range day and it takes 2 hours to start shooting because things aren't set up. I think we were set up in 10 minutes and we were ready to go.
Honestly, maybe not even that.
Yeah. I think that there were a lot of lessons learned about gear, which is always a good one. And then our improvements. Obviously, the 50 rounds is all we can do, but I'd like to see us go to the point where we're doing like 100 to 200 rounds. But that's just me. We had 3 hours to get 50 rounds on rifle and pistol for myself, Erin, and my girlfriend Hazel. It was easy for us to all get through it, within 3 hours. So I don't really have anything on the improved side. I would say you had some issues with your sling earlier.
Yeah. So I got this Vickers single point sling. This is really my first time actually running a single point, just because I wanted to kind of like just try something different. You never know, I might be able to be more efficient with this, but nothing against the brand itself, but this sling is not for me. So if you want it, hit me up. But it kept getting caught in my chest rig. It kept twiddling up in my armpit, getting in my, what'd you say it was, the Tadusi? The Patussi. But yeah, this isn't for me. I'm gonna definitely go back to my 2-point sling. Other than that, I didn't bring my belt out. I just used my concealed carry belt for what we did with pistol. And I apologize, we didn't get any pistol footage just because it was starting to get dark, so we kind of we ran through it, but made sure we were proficient, but
white
ran
lights.
Through it. Yeah, we ran white lights with it. But yeah, as far as improving during the drills goes, not as an excuse, but I haven't shot, honestly, at this point, a month and a half, 2 months. So I really feel like if I can get my consistency back, then I will get better. But that is my improvement point, is my consistency. Because that range time is one of those things, it's just like going to the gym. And honestly, it's almost just like feeding yourself.
It's a very perishable skill, and
yes.
Just like land navigation, you know what I mean? Like after a while, you start to lose, sight picture, or your trigger squeezes off, or your breathing is just a tad off, and that can really just fuck up your day. Like having bad range days is terrible. Going out and maybe spending 50 rounds on a bad range day isn't that.
Yeah.
Every range day you have 50-50 chance of having a good range day or a bad one. But I would much rather spend 50 rounds having a bad or good day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good point. But yeah, as far as that goes, I feel like the consistency, and that could really go for us and anybody. Just make sure you're getting out there. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's dripping wet cold out here. Same thing earlier while we were at the range. It doesn't matter the weather. Get out there and test your guns, test your kit, because what you're carrying and what you're using on that range is probably what's going to save your life at some point.
Yep.
Nick and I always talk about how we're getting closer to that point being a reality. So now is the perfect time to get out there, run and gun, do actual drills. It's cool to have fun. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to freaking have a 223 round up your butthole. That shot right there would have clipped his brain right there, like in his skull. There would have been brain matter all in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or to play the drums with guns and shit like that, and
yeah. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to be a stickler, suck up your butt the whole time. But get out there and actually be serious and train and do what you know that you need to do. Yeah, as far as on me, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Consistency.
It was a good range day. We got out there and got after it for, as long as we could, and I think we got some good reps in, and yeah, ready for the next time.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention was, we both had some mistakes as far as reload. Bolts locking back.
I didn't spin to the rear. What the fuck?
Things of that nature, which that's just going to happen. But a good thing that he's good about in the background as you're shooting is telling you to work through it and kind of helping and guiding you through it. So let's just say, for instance, you
have a malfunction.
Yeah, you have a malfunction, whatever it could be. Work through that thing. A good thing that he told me today, tap, rack, bang. It's so simple, and I knew it beforehand, but that's that's like mental muscle memory, if that makes sense to him. So I didn't think about it until he said it, and I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it
You know what I mean?
used to not be the tap, rack, bang. Used to be slap, pull, observe, release, tap, squeeze. And that was something called sports, but I know I sound old by talking about that. But now, instead of doing that, you know, you're here, you have your malfunction, slap the bottom of it, pull the charging handle, and 9 times out of 10, you're back in the fight. Unless you have to mortar your gun like I did today. But that was weird. This gun that I'm rocking has never had a malfunction, ever, unless I was trying to self-induce a malfunction. Like you guys will see in the video, I'm sure.
Right. Double feed. Fuck.
There's some footage of it.
Yeah.
What we did was we took 5 or 4 live rounds and then picked up a piece of brass or spent casings on the ground, and then you hand it off to your friend. He turns around, loads your stuff in, so you don't know the order of, you know, this blank casing. And then normally you're able to do that pretty well, but my rifle would not cooperate with this spent casing.
What the hell, dude?
So I feel like that's kind of a good thing. Because if you're trying to induce malfunctions on purpose, that can be very dangerous.
That is true. So we'll still give it the roses it deserves.
Yeah, this rifle has been really good to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's got all the bells and whistles on it, but it's not shit if you don't know what you're doing and you're not trained and if you're not in shape.
If you want to, really quick, you could kind of go over your setup, because I mean, you don't have like an ambi safety or anything like that.
So I'm completely left-handed, so I'm always having to switch over, turn it on fire, and then going back and shooting with, you know, how I have to. I have it's pretty standard, guys. It's a Smith & Wesson M&P 15, Smith & Wesson Super Base, no federal contracts, nothing like that. They said they would never have anything to do with it. So I've never had any problems with it. It runs any type of ammo I put through it. I have a stock trigger. I have a stock, you know, grip. I have a Radian Raptor LT, one of their light ambi charging handles. I have an EOTech EXPS3 with an IR mode and, of course, Viz. And this helps me aim under nods. I have a Hollow Sun 221 here with high vis, low vis, an illuminator under nods, and then I have a Surefire Vampire Mini, and it has the clickable IR and white light heads on it. And then I have a BCM stubby grip and.
Or is that the Magpul?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Magpul. Sorry.
Okay. Hey.
I had a BCM on here at one point, but and then honestly, I just have this is super ghetto, but it works. 550 cord with a clip-on sling. I'm not even really sure who makes this sling. Did the same thing back here. I don't need all the crazy stuff, really. Like, you know, the QD mounts are cool. I just don't have a QD sling, so I'm just rocking with what I have and what works.
Well, that proves it there, guys. I mean, you don't really need a whole lot of Gucci kit to get out there and shoot.
Nope, and this rifle was able to reach out and touch something at like 300 meters today. So
that is true. Yeah. He got prone and over there on our land, and after just a couple shots with a 16-inch AR that has really nothing done to it, freaking tap steel at 300. So.
Yep, and you know that all just comes down to training. You know, me and Aaron could have the nicest SIG MCXs and, you know, SIG lights and all this stuff, and it does not matter unless you know what you're doing with the weapon and you know how to run it efficiently. I think another thing that needs to be said is definitely like physical fitness. You know, running around. You know, you're going to be running for your life most times if something bad happens after you're shooting. So, people who collect all these guns and don't train with them, they're just a loot drop.
Yeah.
So, and that's a harsh reality. But some people need to hear it. You know, we always make fun of, you know, people extreme leftists and extreme sides of the political parties. But these rounds are rated E for everybody. And you can get clapped up by some crazy leftist or communist just as easily as you could a right-wing, Republican. Yeah. We fortunately don't belong to any of these ridiculous things because at the end it just leads back to voting, and if voting worked, they'd make it illegal. So that's where I'll put it at. So you can get hurt by everybody and anybody at any given time. Just like from the dude who carries a revolver in his pocket could ruin your day faster than someone with quad nods, a LaRue tactical Daniel defense, any type of the Gucci brands. It can happen.
Yep. Or a guy with a Derringer pulls it out of his pocket real quick. That'll get you.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. Just kind of wanted to go over what we did today. You want to shout out your, well, I mean, I already did, but you can do it anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just came into owning my own company, CEO and owner of Wronghead Armory LLC, Trash Gang for Life. My Instagram is @NicktheLefty, and YouTube will be coming shortly, and that's really all I have. If you guys need anything painted or anything done, just let me know.
Yeah. I'll make sure that y'all are already subscribed to the channel, like and comment on it. It helps us out a lot. Also, I just want to let you guys know we got some really big things coming. His business is it's going to take off like freaking Roadrunner.
Yeah.
I've got all my stuff going on, and we just really appreciate you guys tuning in and and listening to us. At the end of the day, you're your last line of defense. Get out there, get your kit, train with your kit, get something quality. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars, but get something that you know is a quality piece of kit. Find somewhere to shoot and do it.
Find like-minded people.
That's actually the number one thing you need to do. Build your tribe. Elijah. From Operational Industries. Look him up too. Yeah, let us know if you need anything. If you want to see any future content specifically to whatever you want, let us know in the comments. That's it, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time.